Hey everyone, Jan here, Let's Build Shopify. And as promised in my last video, today I will share with you my best advice if you're not quite sure how much your service as a freelancer can be worth or how much you should charge your clients. And I will do my best to explain everything with a very practical use case of all the things that we've learned in my last video. And I'm really excited for this one, so let's go. So getting straight to the point, the key concept today is that you as a developer ideally want to get paid for the value that you can give to your clients and not just for the plain time that you put in. And that's not some new 2020 secret ninja strategy or something. No, you could read about this in every other book on personal development and self-improvement. But there's one story that I remember in particular, which illustrates the whole concept super well. And I think I first heard that story from Clark Kegley, but let me retell that for you. So the story goes like this, that there's this locksmith who starts going around his clients' houses and he unlocks their locked doors if they're stuck. And for the first few clients, it takes him like 2 hours because he's still struggling with the techniques and he doesn't quite get the doors open on his first attempt. But eventually at some point he manages to do so. And after his work, he would charge the clients $200 and they would all happily pay for that, more or less. Now, naturally over time, the locksmith gets better and better at his profession. And let's say he gets from the initial 2 hours to 1 hour and maybe to 30 minutes. And for some clients, he only needs like 15 minutes. And here comes the important part, because the locksmith would still charge the same amount as in the beginning, but as he needed less and less time, the clients would start to wonder a bit about the price and they would say something like, "What do you mean $200? I just saw you open that in 30 minutes or 15 minutes. But the key essence is that the locksmith understands that he's not compensated for his time, but for the value that he can give to his clients. And that means you want to be rewarded for the results that you can give to a company or to your clients in general. Now here comes the practical use case that I promised to you. And in my last video, we saw how one could adjust and modify the contact form in Shopify. And actually you could leverage that to build a contact page exclusively for any returns. And this could speed up the exchange and refund process in a company. So now imagine that someone is running an e-commerce business. And for now we could take a fashion site because on average they have higher return rates. And we could say that they have a few returns per week, or maybe in a larger company, they might even have a few returns per day. Processing all these returns could now become quite time consuming because a lot of customers would just say, "Hey, I want to return my order." And then you as a business owner or one of your employees has to write a few emails back and forth like, "What's your order number? Would you like a refund or an exchange? Would you like to refund the whole order or just a part of it?" And so on and so forth. And let's say this processing might already take a few hours per week. So now comes the developer who understands the inefficiency of that process. And he proposes to create the return page like we just saw. And from now on, the data gets collected in a structured way, and that would make a lot of the communication back and forth obsolete. And this could already save a few hours per week, let's say. Now, creating that form might take an hour or maybe 1.5, because you also have to collect the requirements, and maybe you can add some conditional logic or some special styling. But I think charging $150 for that would still be very fair, because if you compare that to the opportunity cost of freeing up your time, or freeing up the time of one of your employees, then you would see a positive return on that very soon. Alright, so let's make a cut right here and summarize the takeaways for this video really quick. So when you try to figure out what your service can be worth, don't just consider the time that you put in, but instead you could also ask yourself, how much value are you giving, and how much time will you save your clients, and subsequently, how much money will you make them? And remember that it's about the benefits that you can give to your clients. And you also might consider to adjust your rates according to the country that you live in or to the country that your clients live in, because in the end you have to come to an agreement that is okay for both sides. And if you don't come to an agreement, that's also very okay, because it might just mean that it's not the type of client that you want to work with, but that's something you have to figure out for yourself. And now I think we can bring this video to a close, and I really hope you like the concept, because I think it's pretty powerful, and personally it has helped me a lot, and I also love to share this with you. And hope you found some inspiration for yourself. So if you want to hear me talk about things like that from time to time, then you could leave a thumbs up as some feedback for me. And if you haven't already, feel yourself invited to subscribe to the channel. And then I really hope to see you in the next. Bye.